Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and go through this, my P4s. I had to remake this video, but now that I've got it the way I want it, alright, so in this hangar here, so I'm recording now, Pink. Do you want to see what I've got here with my P4s? Take you on a tour through my
Oh,
P4s.
it warped at 5. That's cool.
What is it that you're flying there?
A Zephyr.
Oh yeah.
Flying in to go see if the Tripolabians will kill it. I should be asleep right now, but, you know, this somehow took precedence.
Yeah. So, these P4s here are, you got broadcast, this one's the broadcast node. I've got a planet for each of these. All of them are the Barons, and then this one and this one are the P2s and 3s. So I'm making all of the Planetary that's from 2 to 4 on all of these planets here.
God, that's insane.
Yeah, it was a fucking crazy setup. I'm going over it right now and recording it. You're being recorded too, so FYI. So here, what I've done is make it so I drop the shit off, which actually, since it's recording this screen, here we go. This is, I use this notepad here and literally just have figured out, okay, this launch pad holds 10,003, so this is how much I need per one run of, say, the broadcast nodes here. Well, let's go with the integrity response drones, because why not? So the integrity response drones, LO and CT on the notepad here are the two launch pads that I have. I have this one and this one. Same amount of shit goes in each one. Basically, 10,000 divided by 1,094.4 M3 is, you get some random number, 9 point whatever, but it means I can stick 9 full runs in here. And that comes out to 1440, because 9 times the smallest number here, 1,440. So you take that, shit, I should really get that out of there, shouldn't I? I am so stoned. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that out of that. So here, this top one is integrity response drone, so I go in order with these. Item hanger, I have these, so basically it's in alphabetical order, so I can just take this shit, throw it in the fleet hanger here, control paste, enter, blah blah blah, and I do that. So for the biofuels, is basically double, so whatever, yada yada. And this is some boring ass shit, let me fucking tell you. I don't really care, I'm gonna cuss. This is not for kids. But no, I'm sorry, I was trying to keep my mouth. Yeah, anyways, so yeah, for this one, because it's LO and CT, I gotta do it double. So then that's basically all I gotta do for all of that to come out, fill each launch pad in. Shit, hold on. I don't actually have to warp to it and go through all that. So the launchpad, which you've probably seen in the other ones, whatever, they are not going to have, like, the finished product for these doesn't go back into the launch pad. I have it go into the storage facility because it fills up so much that it fills up so much with it's like 9,900 and something, and I don't want like to lose any of these. They are kind of expensive, and this is all you've got to do to get them from the storage facility to here. I'll do it again. I mean, you can rewind it, but that's what I was doing. Sorry, trailed off. So, you've got the storage, just clicking on it, whatever, blah blah blah. Expedited transfer, and then if your cursor's gonna change, boom, drag this over and click. Then you would come out to, because I want to wait for all of them. Then you come out here, and you'll just boop, click. So this setup was a pain in the ass to do. Holy shit. So first what I had to figure out was what I was going to do per planet. So each of these, you've got to go through all the schematics and shit. And then once you've got the schematic, you got to figure out all this shit. I had to write it down on a notebook paper, well, notepad, notebook paper, whatever. And yeah, instead of a spreadsheet, I know. I hate spreadsheets. I hate math. I hate fucking with that. So I didn't do it. It was just easier to do notepad. I can't show you that. So this is basically what I ended up doing is this. Writing it all down, figuring out what needed to go where. And 5 units here per output. Is that the same one? No. So what I ended up doing was putting this one down first. Okay, so I need blah 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 blah. I know I make weird designs, but it was basically based on what goes into it. So there was 3 here, so I started going out this way. And the reason I have them so close together is the CPU and power grid requirements for these gets to be pretty high when the further out you take it. So if it was like over here, running a thing to here, your power requirements would be pretty high. So like here it's 2618, and this one here 2316. So 3 and 2. Out of the whole setup, that's a lot of pipeline going everywhere. It would basically be like one of these. So I saved enough to be able to use a storage facility off of my command center, which is basically tapped out on CPU and power grid being fully fucking maxed out as well. So this whole setup cost quite a bit of ISK. Shit, does Verde... Here, I'll show you on this one. Let me see. And this is my pretty blue Varger. Okay, so there's enough power grid and CPU left on this one. What the hell was I showing you again? I forget. So it requires, oh yeah, that's right, how much it costs. $250,000 for an advanced. Where's my high tech? Yeah, keep going. So okay, fine. Where the fuck is this shit? Damn it. Oh yeah, more setups. So these cost, I don't know, what do the extractor heads cost again? Let's see. Oh, okay, so it does tell us. 45,000, 75, 250, 525, 250, 900. So, shit. I think it was like 20 million per planet. And I've got 6 of them. And then the headache and the hassle, fucking it up, going back, whatever, and then having to create all this other shit. So that was one of the more watered down planets that only had those 2 on it. So the planning, like as I'm going along, I'm just like whatever, doodling with the fucking facilities. I was gonna put a second launch pad on here, but it wouldn't take it. I mean, even if I put one, the kind of routing I would have to do, because there's only 15 different types of this shit, right? So instead of making this shit overcomplicated, I just said fuck it. I'm gonna do one run and drop all this shit in here, because that's 9 units of the 15, so you only have room for 7 without fucking totally screwing up everything with math and stuff, because one of these is already fucked up. And by that I mean, shit, where is it? I think it's the other one of those here. Yeah, it was this one. So this here, and that's the other reason I make them all different, whatever. So you see here how it has 3 units, and this is 40 units. Well, when you first put the shit in there, it's going to go right into it, and then it's going to fill it up again. So it has space for 40 units of each of these, and it's filled. There's actually 40 units of each of these in the hopper at the facility waiting to go in. So when it first starts, as soon as you drop the shit in here, like you're in your launch pad and you're sitting next to the thing with whatever's in here, and you drop it all into the orbital customs office, because you gotta fly to each one, drop it off, and then dock up, whatever. So while you're out here, you can select all the shit, blah blah blah, drag it over into here. Like, let's just say it was reversed, okay? So you would do this, only it was whatever, and you have to pay a tax for all the shit that you put on the planet, and you take off the planet and everything. So it's pretty fucking big investment when you've got not just this shit here, but you're also doing Planetary on, Planetary on all these other teams as well. We call them teams. Like cartoon characters. Alright, there we go. Damn it, Onyx. Fucker can't even go through the hood. Now I gotta go all the way the fuck back here. Really? So, yeah, we're not worried about that right now. 1 second. So this one here, I had accidentally put the wrong stuff in here, like the wrong mix of all this shit, and it created more or less of something I needed, and at the end of all this, it's still going to have more shit in there, and I got to go back through and figure out, like this one here is missing 5 miniature electronics, but it has 10 units of construction parts, and this one's, missing this and this, so I've got to go back and make extra viral agents, but the shit that I put in here for viral agents is going to get thrown into this one. So it was just so much easier to, instead of try to figure out which ones had, one would maybe have 7 of the units, the other one had the other 8, and the total 15 T1s that we had, I just said, screw it, I'm going to do it this way, and I'll only be able to run one set at a time instead of like 2 and 3, or put extra shit down, because I used to have that going on way back in the day, but now I'm just like, you know what, I'm not even gonna fool with that. That's too much. This is already too much, but I mean, I went a little overboard before and got burned out on it. Now I really don't have to worry about shit. I just drop it in there and leave it alone. I don't care. It takes me an hour or two to go through and drop everything off, but in the end it's worth it, because off of this character, every time I go and pick up everything, I make 300 million, and it takes 3 days. So every 3 days I can make 300 million off of this full set. These here, these organic mortar applicators are, hold on. Well, that's garbage. Did any of those go through yet? No. Okay. They are quite it comes out to like, which one was it? Broadcast nodes. Okay, so yeah, there you go. That's the estimated price. 1.8, 1.9 million per broadcast node, or 2 million per yeah, something right around there. But yeah, these are used in all kinds of capital stuff. Not capital, but yeah, what all this stuff is. Which, hold on. Oh, the structures. Derp. I don't like to read sometimes. Anyway, so here we have like the minerals that you can get from mining. All the stuff I'm doing now, there's 7 out of the 8 that I'm producing need to be used here. Broadcast nodes, nanofactories, organic, recursive, all this shit. All this stuff is very expensive, and there's like these wetware mainframes is like 2 million, 2.5, something like that. Because these are, so I'll show you which one this one is, because those are like, you're going to be a breadwinner. But now that I said that, maybe or maybe not. They are difficult to make, and they are a pain to get the materials for it anyway. So they're still going to be around 2 million. I don't care. I quick sold them for 1.8 just because. So here is one. This one is totally untouched. I've got two launch pads for the wetware mainframes. This is why it takes like 3 days for my runs to run through, because they do like 18, well, okay, no, 18 hours, right? Let me see how long it takes for this to run. It's going to take probably twice as long, yeah, because yeah, it's going to take twice as long, I think, as, really? Come on, David. 1 hour for that, but to fill it up, it takes 2 runs of this, and to run, that's 5 units. Hold on. What was it? Alright, so this is the part of the setup. Now that you've gotten this far into the video, I'm going to talk your ear off on this. So each of these take a certain cycle time, right here. Output is 5 units. Really? I just lost connection. Everything. That's aggravating. Am I getting DDoSed, or is this just my... You know what? After talking crap to Natani, probably. Alright, hold on.
Good morning. Happy to see you.
Oh, is that Igor? I'm
Yes.
recording a video.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I only really need the, come on. Every time I try to, you know what, I'm going to still use this video anyway, I really don't care. It's just going to sit through what I have to go through. Because if I am getting DDoSed right now, because I talk crap about Natani, then this is just video evidence. So, yeah. and they are known for doing that kind of crap, DDoSing people, which is, you know, really bad. Are they the guys that Goon Swarm and the Imperium?
Connecting.
Alright.
Connecting.
At least you can see them on the bottom. Okay. I can log the other ones in here in a minute. I don't really care. Oh shit, that's right. I need to dock, don't I? Probably should. No, I'm just gonna let somebody be stupid. So this is the other part of being in space. Anytime you undock, be prepared to lose your ship. I'm not saying you will, but yeah. So this one here, I've got water, all this shit here. This is so 1440 biofuels. I've got 3 times that number for bacteria, for reactive metals. So this is the amounts that I ended up having to fucking do, but because biofuels is this, I gotta keep dragging extra ones over there because it's easier just to copy and paste and hit enter and whatever. It's a lot of moving shit around. So for me, it's a lot of logistics work for the corporation. I call it the chores. And basically, to lead my crew, I have to. I've placed upon myself certain restrictions and things that I have to do to be allowed to lead my men. So here is the finished product. 8.7. So, damn, those took a hit, didn't they? That's 3.7 divided by 5 is 1.6. Okay, so maybe these aren't the. Ooh, no, that's right. All the structures. So this whole PI setup is 1. What is that? 1.2. You know what? Actually, that's not that bad. I don't think it's that bad. We could still use them. We could buy structures on the cheap, turn around, reprocess them, and make our other stuff if we wanted to because of the quantum core update. Or we can just put them out there and use them as temporary shit, just like we were going to do with the large POSs. So back in the day, they used large POSs. Well, they still use them, but we could actually just anchor them and use them for whatever ships we want as tethering in wormholes or wherever in low sec, and just let them blow that shit up and not give a fuck. That's actually something we could do. How long does it take to well, yeah, 24 hours, so we'd have to do it a day before. Damn. Okay, scratch that idea. So, well, I'm just thinking because there are other things that you can use all this planetary for, especially the P4s. They're not going to be as profitable now, but that's fine. I can take a hit to these because I wasn't using it this much. This is actually just like a whole other side of the corporation that we don't do a whole shit ton of stuff with. Now, the guidance computers here are used in a lot of stuff, okay? The industry for these is huge because you still have Tech 2 fighters, Tech 2 drones, like all this shit. So, you know, the Tech 2 market is still booming, okay? Because the only way that nullsec can now make a shit ton of money, because they used to be able to mine Veldspar all day long. Now they have to buy it from HiSec. However, with the structure update, you know, we got to go clean everything in high sec and null sec for structures. But these are your P2s and P3s. These are used for everyday items like little tractor units, implants like these. Low grades are still used. People still use these because they're not that expensive. I mean, they're still expensive, but well, where I'm at is they're not. There's not really a big market here. Damn, I don't even have a market character to show you. However, robotics is used in fuel blocks, but it's also used in all this other shit here. So even if we don't have to go make fuel blocks and structures, we still have those. But again, these here are used in other shit like these. These are very good missile launchers. They go on dreadnoughts and shit. They go on dreadnoughts and titans. Extra large is all the capital ships in the game. So just to give you an idea, because this is a PI advanced class, so you need to know some of this shit anyways, regarding why you would buy something like this. Here, I do something cool to look at. And it doesn't even look that cool. Okay, whatever, fine. Where'd it go? Capital ships, dreadnoughts, Caldari, Phoenix. Okay, so this is what would use that extra large cruise missile launcher you saw there. It's a really big ship. It's a dreadnought. I mean, this looks like a pilot turd, but
no, it's a much better looking ship than the Mammoth or Obelisk.
Yeah.
Although I do like the Obelisk because it is really odd.
We're talking about dreadnoughts, though, homie.
Oh yeah. Well, no, that's still a really good looking ship. I thought you were talking about Carrier. I don't know nothing about that.
Okay. Well, hold on. I'm recording a video here, Festus. You just got back. So on my stream, I'm taking a tour through the PI, P4s, P3s, P2s, why they would want to build this shit. So this, yeah. So this here, I mean, look at my stream. It's class.
Okay, well, look, I'm currently docked up in the station and most likely plan on killing lives, and I know that they are weak as shit. They mine in 2 different low sections next to the work to this system, and as soon as I got the system, they locked off.
Okay.
That's where I'm at. Alright, so...
Hold on. Alright, so here we have the T2 Acolyte. You need reports. What the fuck? That's different. Is this... Oh, that's for time efficiency. Okay, derp. Can't do that because I don't have the original. Okay, so you need a T1 base model Acolyte. The RAM Robotics, one of those. Laser focus crystals, I'll get to that later. That's a component you can build. This is a mineral you can buy. Robotics and guidance systems. So all the robotics setups that you may or may not have had going will now be useful for shit like this. Although they may not be 80,000 a unit much longer. Granted, they are still useful. People are going to stop making them, possibly, and they may go back up in price. Because fuel blocks is what they are mainly used for, but if everybody's going to stop doing their PI, this right here, I'm telling you, is something you want to get on board with. the P2s and P3s, at least. And this is the advanced class, so this is, I mean, I showed you one of the others setups in some of the other videos about doing the enriched uranium, which is a P2, I think. This is a P3. See, tier 2, that's what we call it, a P, so we know it's planetary. But tier 2 is P2s. P3s are tier 3s. So your inputs and mechanical parts and consumer electronics. Okay, so I'm not making any of those with her. I'm only making the P3 setup. I apologize. So here, all these are P3s on this planet and P3s on this planet. I have other characters that do the tier 2s, P2s, whatever. So the other thing that here is nuclear reactors, high-tech transmitters. So these aren't a whole lot per unit. But, oh damn, it doesn't show the price on them, does it? Well, whatever. That's right, we're not in the market. And what those, I don't really care what those are used for. I just make them because it was easier. So see, this is the one that pull my hair out, okay? Pull my hair out to do this one. Oh my god. So, hold on. This is where we get into what it took to make these. So here you have two things here. This is one set. This is one set. I've got bacteria, water, and oxygen and biomass. And then here's bacteria, reactive metals, precious metals, and biofuels. Why do I have bacteria? Okay, so I just doubled up on the bacteria, I guess. I didn't have to go through all that crap. I guess I just didn't care. Which is good because it didn't take as long. But it was still annoying to set up. I know, it looks like a spider or something. Maybe like a deformed fang. But this is basically, I had to set up this one, and you can see how they've got it. So when you hold your mouse over it, it shows you where everything's going to it and everything. If you didn't notice that yet, and then you can see this one goes. It only does where it is, but I don't have this one such an elaborate setup here to show you all of that. I don't really care to do all of them. Hey, do I have an elaborate setup? Oh, on any of these? I think I have one on Poco. Maybe. Actually, yes, I do. Here, I'll show you. So, yeah, this was interesting. This is the one I took pictures of and put on my Instagram. So, yeah. It all ends up going into here instead of into here. And this one, I just 12,800. It's easier to remember it, and I didn't write it down because I don't care. But enriched uranium is basically what I'm making with this. So 12,800 units of toxic metals and 12,800 units of precious metals into this launch pad creates 1,200 units of enriched 1,600 units, sorry. And I get 2 of those because I have 2 runs set up on this planet. And that's a lot of enriched uranium. Now, what we can use it for, I guess, is we're going to start getting into T2 production like I'm telling you to do. Industry. Is it just fuel blocks? Just fuel blocks. Well, shit. Okay. Oh, that's right. we are going to need it for TC production. Okay, so even though the market may tank for the structure stuff, for the P4s, I'll show you some of that here in a minute too. This better be recorded.
Connecting.
Yeah, okay. Only 30 minutes. So Coco, where'd you go? Oh. For fuel blocks, you need it for all of this shit here. Oh my god. Yeah. So when we go spelunking, that's why I said something about just throwing a tower up in a wormhole going spelunking. So this is actually for shit that goes into the Legion, Loki, Proteus, and Tengu. I fly the Tengu and Loki. These are Tech 3 ships. They're really badass ships. They're cruiser size, and then there's battlecruiser, then there's the battleship. But they're cruiser size, but they do as much damage as a battleship. And I guess you'll need fuel blocks for that too. So you can go spelunking, do some gas huffing, which is this shit here. So you need 2 different types of gas plus some fuel blocks, and that requires all the P4 or PI shit here. So anyways, that's my elaborate setup for that. And if we come back here, we have
Warp drive active.
alright. So
Are you watching League of Legends now?
alright. So here
Championship started.
Roger that. So in synthetic, so for the synthetic synapses, let's just say you were out in a belt mining. Up comes a domination rat of some kind. Well, this is a Hydra, but okay, let's just say it dropped one of these blueprints. You're gonna need these planetary products, nano factories. Holy shit! So you do still need nano factories to make some of those. Oh wow, that's right. Yeah, implants. So you do need these for implants. The nano factories is because it's nanotech, I guess, following the storyline. So anyway, the cryoprotectant solution and the synthetic synapses, I think, are on the same one, which transcranial microcontrollers. So these are going to be different ones. I guess not. Damn. I just looked at the low-grade Hydra. Oh, that's for Epsilon, Delta, Gamma, instead of the Alpha, Beta, Charlie. Motherfucker. So, okay. Yeah. So it's Alpha, Epsilon, Omega, Alpha, Beta, Delta, Epsilon for the high grades. What about the low grades? Hydras. Alpha, Epsilon, Omega, and then transcranial microcontrollers are going to be the... Where the fuck did it go? Really? Oh my god, it's just going to make my head spin. But this is the kind of fucking bullshit that I'm talking about when it comes to Planetary and it being a nightmare, and why I never ever want to do this. I'm not moving this shit. We'll just go blow up their Pocos. So, player versus player is a huge part of EVE Online. And Pocos are player-owned customs offices. So, I probably showed you that already, but whatever. Those are in the other videos. I don't care to do that right now. So basically, at this point, why would you do P4s, P2s, P3s? Well, P2s, if you're going to do Tech 2 stuff, Tech 2 stuff is pretty good. Like, okay, let's compare this real quick and click up. So no officer in here? Good. Okay. Storing on faction dead space. You've got Tech 2 here, and activation cost, and armor hit points. So here are your named modules in Tech 1. These two are just named. This is Tech 1, but these are still Tech 1 with the meta group. And you have your Tech 2, and then it slowly increases for faction modules and then dead space and shit. Some of these are going to be like, yeah, but mostly these are pretty good. Even though it says 368, the difference is that you've got a skill requirement. So you have to have certain skills to be able to fly the Tech 2. Now, in some instances, let's go with drones, just because I showed you the guidance computer. We're going to go back to the drones and show you some drones real quick. We got Berserker, got the requirements, drones 5, heavy drone 1. So then you go with your variations. Let me reset all of this, compare. Oh shit. You know what? Yeah, I am. So, requirements. So here, you've got heavy drone operation 5 that you need, drones 5. I can't even use this. This is the CEO tune. I've got a tune that can use drones. She's got level 5 and everything in drones except for fighters, and some of the other fighter skills, but she's slowly working those up. I've got a carrier I can use with her and shit. So, you know, even though Azure here is the owner of the corporation, she's owned it for 7 years, the other tunes have been around since 2008. So they got their nuts on the table. They're pretty big bald, and they are badass. Anyway, so you've got Minotaur drone spec. So this here is an extra bonus. So every point that you have in this skill is an extra bonus to the damage of the Berserker. Which that's what these are called. For the industry, okay, you need, let's just go show info on this. Stop it. Cooperate, Eve. Let's show info on this. No, bastard. So here you have your input materials for the Tech 1. The Tech 1 is needed to make the Tech 2. Guidance, computers, robotics. And then components. Let's pull this up. You need Fernite carbide, full rides, hypersynaptic fibers, and the blueprint, which I have the blueprint. So here, Fernite carbide, I know I'm taking you down a rabbit hole, but this is some advanced shit that you need to know, and you need to figure out what you want to do with Planetary at this point, if you don't want to do anything else. And or if you want to do the advanced Planetaries is why I'm showing you how deep this rabbit hole goes, and just to show off a little bit. So okay. these motherfucker. Okay. So these things here require fuel blocks, and there's different types of fuel blocks that you need for each one. And this requires a different type of mineral that you get. I think this one. Yeah. So okay, platinum technite. You need this. Okay, here we go. This is where I know each one of these requires a different fuel block. So let's just go with this one here. You need platinum, technetium, nitrogen fuel blocks, and the output is 200 here. So you'll have enough to run 2 of these to get 6,000 fullerenes. So let's go ahead and go back to the other one. Actual fullerenes. No. Where'd it go? There. Thermonuclear. So you only need 11. You'll get 6,000 out of one run. Out of one fucking run of this. Okay, you get 6,000 fullerenes. You need 100 carbon polymers. How do we get carbon polymers again? Which one was it? The fuck? Carbon. Is this carbon polymers? Holy shit. Okay, let's do. Oh no, we're doing that one. Platinum technite. Okay, so you need 100 units of platinum, 100 units of technetium. You get 200 platinum technite. So you really only need that much shit right there, and a bunch of fuel blocks to get a fucking pile of fullerenes. Okay, so you take that pile of fullerenes, and what the fuck was it? Okay, over here for your thermonuclear trigger unit, you make a bunch of those, and you come over here to your berserkers. You only need 3, and this runs what? 11 fullerenes. You got 6,000 now. You're gonna have the same with like the ferrite carbide and the hypersynaptic fibers. So you run it all at once. So, because see what happens is in here it says 31,111, right? Let's show you the math on this. It's fucking ridiculous. So rounding errors in Eve actually work out in your benefit. When did they draw pairs? 1940? I don't fucking know. Whatever. So here, ferrite carbide. Let's just say whatever, 31, right? Times whatever that number is does not come out to the number it requires here. This one, it's even. This one is not, because it's 11. You're not going to get any lower or whatever on this unless you probably go to 1 million or something like that. You might save 2. Doesn't fucking matter at that point because you can't even put that many in the cooker anyway. So in Eve, it's best to run as many at the same time as you possibly can. So a lot of people won't go and buy just 100 and 100 and 100. Let's say you want to focus on Berserker 2s, okay? And this is what I'm saying. You have to go and make spreadsheets sometimes, but you really don't. You can do it without it. I do all the time. So here with the Berserker 1 blueprint, let's go and look here. You can invent this. Really? Why? It's not letting me invent this. It's not going to let me do it, is it? Invention lab. Really? I gotta fly all the way over there just to do invention? I want to... Oh, that's the original. That's why. Okay. So this is how you look up how you want to do this. Show info. No. you take this, copy. If there's not one on there, I think you really can't. I think you could probably do the copy thing, whatever. But you can only make inventions off a copy. So here is the invention. You need 3 of these and 3 of these. So hacking is a great thing. So let's go in here and put one of these in here. Parity decryptor. It'll change like the TE, it'll change the material efficiency, and it'll also change the runs, the success probability. That's going to be your next thing. Whether or not you want to buy these or make these or find the items that go into inventing the copies and then taking the T2 copies and turning them into the T2 finished product over here by building them. And Planetary is a process of doing that where you can just buy all this shit on the market and make the Planetary, and you'll make a shit ton of ISK. So you could just buy the RAM robotics, the thermonuclear triggers, and the morphite, and then just fucking do the guidance systems and robotics, and you'd be fine. And the reason you would be fine is if you went and did what I told you to do in all those other videos before this, and then P-Bakers, current ratio, no, crack cookers, there it is, PI and robotics. So P3s cost $6,000 per to export. To make, it is $9,000 and change per P3. So this one is 6 of them. So it's going to cost you $110,000 in Planetary if you go out and drop all your shit, mine it all yourself out of the planets, pull all those by doing what I told you first, is taking the T1s, the P1s, like you milk the raw, turn it into the P1s, pull the P1s off the planet, and then you take them to your robotics and guidance systems planet, drop off the P1s, they go onto the planet, they turn it into guidance systems and robotics, you pull those off the planet. When you pull them off, at this point you've paid $9,000 and change per robotic. Now if you remember, those are $80,000 per unit on the market. You've just saved yourself, what is it, $70,000 I think per unit, roughly, at the current market value. So 7 times 6 is what, 42, and that comes out 420, 420, 840,000 ISK per Berserker 2 that you save yourself. That's a lot of headroom to play with, because usually the Berserker 2s, you know, when you sell them on the market, they're like 2 million or something a pop. You just made if you only pay $1 million because you bought the Berserker 1s, the RAM robotics, thermonuclear triggers, and morphite, which you can go out and mine the morphite, or you can, you can mine it out of wormholes. And you just go into a wormhole with a fucking venture and mine it. Or you can take, I mean, you have to use decore mining. I think you have to be Omega to even mine that. So you'll probably just want to buy that shit and buy the thermonuclear triggers. And if you want to save any more money, so all you have to pay for is the thermonuclear triggers and the morphite, which is pretty fucking cheap anyways. Yeah, 15,000 a unit. What is that? 90? Okay, so, alright. One guidance system that you make on the planet pays for the fucking morphite. The thermonuclear triggers, there's none on the market. Where is it? Price history. Hey, Pink, you still there?
No, he left.
Okay. So this is about, oh shit, what was it? Volume is, where's my thing that allows me to, there used to be this, How do I get this fucking thing to do what I want it to do? Oh, there it is. Yeah, so moving average 5 days. That's because one idiot sold one for median day price. Okay, so somebody went and sold one for like 35,000 and put buy orders up for here. So yeah, there's blue line. So okay, they're probably worth about 15,000 a piece. What is that? 3 per unit. That's 45,000 plus the 6 more fight, which is 90,000. So 45 and 90 is 135,000. That is 2 or 3 of these. Of your guidance systems, those are 70,000 a piece, and it only costs you 9,000 a piece to make it. 3 of those is the price of what it would cost you to buy the thermonuclear trigger units and Morphite, so that pays for itself. The robotics, or RAM robotics, these you can actually build. So these you can build, and since you only need one, you get 100 of them for this. 19 million. You can go mine that, or 19,000. Yeah, see, this is okay. 33,000 for that. So one of them is no way. 350 is. So literally, the price that's coming from this is the skills that you need to make this. The Berserker one does take a bit to... Damn it. Really? Hold on. One of these is... Okay, so this shit is really cheap to make. But the Berserker 2s kind of go for a pretty penny. I think they're 2 million on the market. Yeah, 2 million on the market, and you saw the math on that. If you've been keeping track, you've already made 840,000. You minus 135, and what was it? Like 8,000 for the parts and shit. All right, man. I'll see you in a minute. So another 8,000 for the materials for the Berserker, and for the Berserker was 33,000. So okay. You've made so much money off these Berserker 2s. It's fucking ridiculous. This is why you'll see people down here. These are the buying average. These are the sales average, because people put them up for real expensive in this area. You can sell this shit in random places for different prices. Okay, so see, this is why some of them are making it for real cheap. Well, what you would do is you would come through and you would buy all of them up. It's going to cost you a bit. You buy them all up and you put them underneath this guy, all in one stack. But also you got to see where these are too. And the reason I'm telling you all this is advanced planetary that you need to learn before you go spending your time on one character to do a factory setup. Because to maximize your profit with all of the shit that you're pulling off this planet, from P1s to P3s and P4s, you want to know what parts of it you're going to build and what parts of it you're not going to build. So that is where you want to focus your attention. Which one of these you want to do, what your skills are, and where you're living, how much the tax is on the planets, that kind of shit. So here, interplanetary consolidation. That's 1,000,000 skill points. That is fine. That is fine, unless you want to sit somewhere and be ultra lazy. That's 1,000,000 skill points. So that's going to be 2,048,000. 2,060,000 on that, and then there's one in trade you need. Customs code expertise 512,000. So that's 240, 2.1 million. Add another 512 in there. It's 2.6 million. 2.65. Let's just say 2.65 million to be on the safe side. That's 5 large skill injectors for a new player that you can shove in your head at 500,000 skill points each, and you have Planetary. Plus all the other skills that I showed you, you can just start training up to do while you undock in a Terra or something, drop your shit, and then start doing it. So maybe 6 large skill injectors, whatever. So let's say you only had some of those skills at 4. Well, you can cut out this planet. Let's say you don't. Let's say you just want to do guidance systems here. Okay. So let's just do guidance systems and whatever. And you only want to do the Berserker 2s because they're drones. It's very easy to do and shit. So guidance systems requires chiral structures, plasmoids, reactive metals, water. Those 4 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then guidance systems. That's what you can do on a level 4 character with level 4 skills. And just a huge planet of nothing but guidance systems like this one, where you're feeding let's say this one here or this one here. These 4 here would be the actual guidance systems, right? And then you would have 1, 2, 3, 4. These 2 would be the water-cooled CPUs, and these 2 would be or not water-cooled CPUs, right? Yeah, water-cooled CPUs, and the other one transmitters. So 2 transmitters, 2 water-cooled CPUs feeding this one guidance system every hour, because it requires what is it, 10 or something, and then each one of these produces 5 an hour. So you have 1 and 2 feeding this one. So every hour, no matter what, the guidance systems has its full feed of material. So it's always churning out 3 guidance systems every hour because it's a P3. So I think you could do this with a level 4 character, because she has level 5 skills. So let's just say you would cut out this one and cut out this one, okay? And then you only use 1 launch pad. You would definitely be able to do that on a level 4 character, leaving 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you do 4 more of these here, 4 more here, 4 more here, 4 more, and 4 more. And you only keep this thing. You have to have that. That's the command center. This, and then you have the 4 guidance systems, 1, and then 4 each. And you can play this literally on, you can just set it up, drop the shit off, and walk away. And it'll be done. So that's what you can do per character. So you can have 3 per account. You train one, then train another, then train another. That one account, you can do Planetary and sit there and feed your main character on that account. So once you've trained all 3 of the characters, such as let me show you. So this one is my 3rd stringer bitch. She's the hoe I leave out on the corner. This one I kind of classy. She can stay out in front of the joint. This is the bitch up in the bedroom. Actually, she can sit in the lobby. She ain't that bad looking. But let's say And these two here, all they do is PI and industry. So, PI and industry copying, research, and they do manufacturing some too, but not a lot. I actually don't even use them for manufacturing, it's wasteful. But I can use them for manufacturing. So they have, I think she's the one with level 4 skills too. Yeah, I'm not doing that. So, yeah, she's level 4 skills. So her, I could have done that with her, but I'm not. I'm feeding other characters with what I have. So you get 17,000 megawatts. Right here, I'm actually using 16,000. I'm using 10,146. Oh wait, that doesn't matter. It's 21,000, 17,000. Yeah, so you could do this whole setup right here if you wanted to, with the storage facilities and everything routed into the storage facility, and then from the storage facility back to wherever. But you won't even need that. What you could do is have just one storage facility here. So you could have these two here. So you could fill up the entire fucking launch pad twice. 1 to 1, 1 to the other, like I do. 12,800, 12,800, 12,800, 12,800. And because the guidance systems require only 4 materials, that is quite a few that you could build. Once you have it in here, you literally have to go to routes, and you see it like this, create route, blah 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 blah, route it through everything, and as soon as you drop it in there, the shit, like I said, it goes straight into it, and it'll wait for the other material, and then you drop the stuff in the other one, and then bam, everything starts. So yeah, that would be just how simple it is. And for those, anyways, let's just say it like that. You can just buy the shit that you need. You make the P3s, and you save enough money that buying the other stuff out of something simple like that could make it very, 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 very easy for you, and make it so you don't have to go through the hassle of making fuel blocks and all that other stuff, unless you want to because it's fun and you want to save extra money, and then just sit out there and mine with whatever characters you've got, take that and turn it into the T1 products, use manufacturing, yada 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 yada. Anyways, alright, so that is all. Have fun.